Thanks for noticing. Bob's are once in a lifetime. I love that.
Does Hestia know you?
Oh yeah, clearly we're on a wrong name basis.
And now we're here, and there aren't any monkeys being friends with lions.
Okay, no one said for sure there'd be monkeys, honey.
I'm not gonna arrest the moose.
He's a good boy! He's a good boy!
Being your muse no longer amuses me. That's pretty good, you can use that. But that's it. I'm done with your show.
From the Great North to Wonder Wharf. All right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your one-stop destination for Bento Box information. As always, I am Mike.
I'm JB.
Hello, everyone. Hello, JB. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, I am good. I got a new setup here. I got some new lights. Everything's looking good.
I have
Everything's
an old
looking
school
great.
Batman shirt on too.
Oh,
Wow, fancy.
Batman with the.
Did you by chance get one of those cherry blossom baseball hats this year?
I have two different cherry blossom ones.
I saw
I
the
have-
Guardians got one, and I was like, "Ooh, this is kind of nice."
You fucking Guardians. Hello, Marlena. Hello,
7-2
Nick.
Guardians. How dare
Hello.
you?
Well, if the season was 16 games long like NFL, then that would mean something. But it's 162 games.
Hey, yeah,
How's your star pitcher doing?
not great. But how's that
No.
lowest payroll in baseball doing? 7-2. Not bad.
Hey,
Look at them Mets. Sorry,
save all that money for that Tommy John surgery you guys are gonna have to cough up for. Hey Abby, hope you're doing well. Hope feeling better. Christine, hello. Nick, hello. Marlena, hello. What's going on?
hello, Mario. Hello, guys. He says. Also, hello, all the way from Colorado. Ooh,
Oy, oy, oy. Ooh.
fancy.
Sorry about the Rockies. I'm in Florida. We didn't get the eclipse over here, so I got
we did. It was awesome.
I got my shiny water park bob finally. My apartment was holding it hostage.
Those chicks.
Oh.
How dare they?
I'm sorry that took so long. Sorry about that. But I'm glad you got it. Hopefully it's in one piece.
Unbelievable. Hey,
Hopefully
trolls.
What's
you're in
going on
Colorado
over?
too. Okay.
Oh, we got a big old Colorado following. All right. Well,
Interesting.
so tonight's another pretty straightforward, easy night. We have some new episodes to discuss. But not really much in the way of news. Not much in the way of news that we can share. Like, we got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. In fact, after tonight's episode here, me and JB have a business meeting going on afterwards.
Business.
Handling some business. Fun stuff, though, we'll share with you as soon as we get all our ducks in a row. We had in Buffalo, New York, still cool, even though it was cloudy. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It went pitch black for like a good minute, and then, yeah, it was fun.
Cool. Okay, well, I mean, it's dark here, so I guess I got the same effect that you all got. So
Aaron and Toast are also in Colorado. We do have a Colorado following. This is interesting.
interesting. I've never been to Colorado.
Well, that's a possible meetup spot because it's a great place for a layover on the way to San Diego.
Oh, that's right. You're heading that way, right? You guys are flying out of Colorado.
To that weird airport that everyone talks about at the internet.
So Marlena and everybody else from Colorado, give JB and Adam a proper Colorado hello for their layover.
Yep.
I won't be coming. So
Sorry.
didn't see anything in Pacific Northwest. I didn't see anything in Florida.
Yeah.
I also didn't go out and look either. So
Nah.
it's an eclipse. But cool if you got to see it, everybody. Come see Lucifer. It was at the is that the giant horse in the front with the big red eyes?
Can't wait.
We're not in the zone of Totai, so we didn't get
That weird airport with those very long walkways. Yeah, there's a lot of weird internet rumors about that airport, so we're very intrigued. Yep, there's Adam. Excited to see the airport.
We want to talk about long walkways. Fucking Orlando? Get the hell out of here.
We got to tire you out before you get to Disney World. That makes sense.
I'm
Yes, the
between
Blue
two.
Mustang.
Okay, but okay. Yeah, I'm not doing anything fun. I'm just flying out of Tallahassee and going to San Diego.
It is a weird airport. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm very excited. Since Adam is here, I get to share with you guys the cool Merch Monday thing that I was going to post, but I wanted to do it since it's his birthday. Well, it was my birthday. He was cool enough to get me these. And maybe you guys don't know what these are, but they're pretty cool. They are, for your consideration, Emmy DVDs that Bob's hands out to people to watch and kind of send their vibe and be like, yeah, I think this episode deserves an Emmy. So I have the Mazel Tina and Christmas in a Car, which Mike could care less about, but he likes Mazel Tina probably. Then we've got the Sliding Bobs and the Haunting, which I know he likes the Haunting.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Fluies and Bob Actually. I like both those episodes a lot. And then lastly, Can't Buy Me Math and Work Hard, Die Trying Girl. So super, super cool.
Now, it is my understanding what those DVDs are, just to expand a little on what JB was talking about. During Emmy season, these CDs are produced of all like the nominees, whether they be movies or TV shows, all the nominated people get their stuff burned to a CD and mailed out to folks who can vote, the Emmy voters. And that way, if they haven't seen the episode yet or the movies, they can now see them in the comfort of their own home. So you get your own little copy of whatever. I got a bunch of them. Like at one, I just got like a bunch of them, like a bunch of movies. Never watched them, but they're just like the regular DVDs. I don't know if there's any special work on these, but
probably not. I just love that they come and they at least took the time to put them in a special envelope. And
yeah,
for each one.
Yeah,
that's fun enough.
Yeah, are you gonna open them?
I probably will actually in a little bit. I want to collect. There's two more, and then I'll have the set. So then that's what I'm gonna get. But I do love them. They're super cool. I guess should we talk about the trivia that me and Adam did and how that played out?
Yeah,
Since we don't have much else going on. Okay,
hold
guys.
on. Hold on. Mario says I miss getting the DVDs. Mario, you gave me a bunch of the DVDs that I have. That's where I got them from. You and Keisuke.
Okay, interesting. I see how it is, Mario.
Well, in his defense, you weren't there to go to 2 table reads.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Shots fired.
This was back in 2017, so I don't know if you guys had crossed paths at that point.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
But I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. You were saying?
I was saying, before I was interrupted by table read talk and holding Emmy talk and meeting Jillian Bell talk and telling Wendy Molyneux to kiss my ass and move somewhere else to sit.
That's a quote.
It is. Me and Adam went to a Bob's Burgers trivia event, and we supported our From the Great North to Wonder Wharf Face t-shirts to let people know who they're playing against. And let's just say we sort of brought home the win, but didn't bring home the win.
Which is to say you lost.
We did.
All
we
right.
got 3rd place, but let me specify how that happened.
Not even 2nd.
So, let me ask Mike. Mike, I already told you this question, but for everyone out there, here's a free trivia question. We're not doing trivia tonight, but see if you know it. How many days are between the Bob's Burgers series premiere and the Archer series premiere? Oh, wait.
Oh. I assume they both come on in the fall. When they were both shows. I don't know, a week? 7 days?
Oh, Christine, you're already on it over on YouTube. Christine says, cheating. That's how that happens. Yeah, that is how that happens. You are so right. Cheating. Because that was just one of 4 questions that me and Adam missed that were bonus questions. Mm-hmm. It's 479 days. And you want to know who got that question right?
Wait.
One team.
Wait, how? Ask your question again.
How many days
Uh-huh.
are between the Bob's Burgers series premiere and the
Series.
Archer series premiere?
Series. Okay. I
Sorry.
misheard that. That's my bad. That's my bad.
It
Okay.
is 479 days.
Okay. So about a year and a half, give or take.
Mhm.
All right.
One team got it right, and they happened to be outside. So
Hey.
it was just
Hey.
interesting. But then it
Hey.
was even more worse as it went on because they also started getting other questions correct. And it was very much just like you would really have to know. Like they were mic questions if you played trivia. They're very much hard questions on purpose. And some of the other questions were like softball questions. Like what was like Equestronauts questions about like Bronconius. It was like stuff you would get in an episode. Like who's the guy who works the scrambled egg at Wonder Wharf and also tried to rob a bank? And you're like, oh, Mickey.
Mickey.
And that's it. But then we'd get ones like that. And the only teams that kept getting those ones right was the same team that kept going outside for smoke breaks. So I cry foul.
I would blame the person running trivia.
Yeah, I don't think he got it that like this was going on. I think he was trying not to. And there was some discrepancies with certain questions where I'm like, what exactly do you mean? And he's like, what? And I'm like, how you like do you mean like because he's like one question was what kind of farm were the Belcher kids working on? And he got the episode and he called it the hippie episode. And we're like, no, that's not what that is. And he's just like, what did they grow on the farm? And we're like, I walked up and said, like, they grow two things on this farm. Do you want the legit answer or do you want the answer that they like what Tina's giving you?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Well, then he said, I don't know. I haven't watched it. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to give you two answers. Tell me which one's right so I can know which one to put. And he was just like, well, I can't do that.
Well, that's
so
cheating
like,
too, JB.
I was like, fine, then I'll just put both answers down. Is that fine? He's like, I'll accept both answers because they're both down here. I was like, you should just say two answers then. So I was just very confused.
So let me get this straight. You, the person who wrote the Trivial Pursuit, and Adam, who is one of the better, if not the best, Bob's Burgers trivia person, were upset that the trivia guy isn't as knowledgeable as you two are.
Yeah.
JB. You can't hold somebody to that high of a standard. Come on.
I'm trying to get those points, man, because I'm competing against people who are cheating, but I want to beat them because I want to prove that cheating doesn't win.
Well, it did, and it does.
It did, and I'll bring that up in a minute. Go ahead, Mike. What they did at the end, because that was the worst part.
But here's the thing: you can't be mad at the cheaters. You can only be mad at the person running the trivia for A, not enforcing the rules, and B, not paying enough attention to catch them. If somebody's given an express lane pass, they're going to use it. And if there's no punishment, then how can you be mad at them? Everybody else had, everybody else had an equal opportunity to use phones. It sounds like. So you can only be mad
Adam
at the person in charge.
Not. Yeah, we just wouldn't. So we're like, no, we're going to do this the right way. And we were in first place. And then there was the last question. And the last question was, here are 5 burgers of the day.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say how many were real or fake. He's like, I need you to tell me which ones are real and fake, all 5. And you need to wager 1 to 15 points. If you get any of it wrong, you lose the points. If you get all of it right, you get all the points.
That seems like a fair question.
Yes. So we answered, and we only divvied, I think it was like 4 points. We're like, 4 points is fine. It gives us leeway if we don't get it. We're still in first place.
Right.
A team that was in 5th place, this team that kept getting the bonus questions right, went outside for a smoke break with their phones and walked out and were not seen until he announced the winner. And then, so out of all the teams, there were 15 teams, one team got it right. And it was that team. They wagered all 15 points on it. got it. And then they came running in. They're like, suck it, bitches. We fucking won. We know our shit. Grabbed the card and fucking left. The second place team was just like, you fucking cheated. Like, you had to cheat. There's no way you knew this. And they're like, sucks to suck. And then just ran out as fast as they could because everybody was furious and saw what they did. And the trivia guy was just like, well, I guess that's trivia, everybody. And we're like, cool. Go ahead, Mike.
Question in the back. Did you call them out?
The other two teams started to, so we didn't have to.
Mm,
Everybody was like pissed off. Like only one team got it, and then they said all that and then ran out real quick after they got their $50 gift card. And we're like, that's cute.
so
But,
they
yeah.
were cheating throughout the night,
Yes.
but then nobody called them out until they won.
Well, they got themselves into a position where like we were in first for quite a while, but they kept
Mhm.
shit talking everybody. So
They
I
were getting
think that's when
touchy.
they started cheating again, because then they started getting closer and closer and closer from being in sixth place and creeping back up. Because I think people called them out and they stopped doing it for a little while, and then they started doing it again when they were losing.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
Oh well.
it was annoying. And then
It is.
to get third place, we had to. This is a good Mike question too. So
Oh.
there are, if you look at like the background of the Belcher's restaurant, where like the flying burger poster and like the burger and the tropical like thing is, there is the menu item list. One
Mhm.
of the questions that was a bonus question before was name 4 things on that board.
Okay.
So we did, and we're like, okay, it's gonna be like a regular burger, add
Uh-huh.
cheese, side salad, soup, and I think there's like soda, and that's it. And we're like, okay, now he said for the bonus to claim third place, I need you guys to tell me how much that would cost if you added
Total.
all of it up, totaled it up.
Ooh, that is a Mike question.
Mm-hmm.
I like
And
this guy.
Adam was cool enough to go, you know what, 21.95. Let's just go with that. Roll with it.
Mhm.
And then we go up there, and the other people are like $20 on the dot. I'm like 21.95. He's like, ooh, to the cent. So I was like, we gotta win. It's like Price is Right, so let's do
Yeah.
this. And he's just like, it's actually 22.95. You guys are the
Oh.
closest you get it. And we're like, yes.
Ooh.
But
There you
that
go.
was
That was
like,
good.
yeah, good guess. But still, the cheating did kind of ruin it a little bit, but we still had a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Again, they need to step up their security at that place.
If
Clearly.
anything, we should have stepped in front of the door and been like, it's the principle of the thing. Just
And
literally just bob them.
for what it's worth, they were just following the lead of Bob and Linda, who are also cheaters at
Yeah.
trivia. So
Cheaters.
cheaters, the
Except they
whole lot
were
of them.
promptly removed from the bar once they were found out.
And this is why I make the hard questions that I do. So even if people are Googling audience.
Oh, that was the other problem. They would
Mhm.
give like 3 minutes for people to come up with answers.
Oh. Well,
And I was like, a minute's enough.
JB, hold on. That you usually take you take more than a minute to answer your questions too, sir.
Like a minute and a half. These people were taking like well over 5 sometimes. Like whole songs are being played of REM, which are like over 4 minutes.
Mario, to answer your question, the answer is 3. You want to know how many molecules are in a slice of cheese on Bob's Burgers of the day? It is 3.
3.
The answer is 3.
Yes. Much
Sounds
like the
like
toothpick question, it's 3.
sounds like I need to start doing the trivia. 'Cause I'm very strict. My questions are fair but tough, and I will not tolerate cheaters, even though I think people in the chat are cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, dang it, Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Off by 1. All right, well, I'm not a scientist, so.
We were close.
Like someone who cheats at trivia, please, I'm not smart enough to do trivia. That's why I ask the questions.
Yes. You don't have to cheat if you make the questions.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I have JB and Adam on my team, because they know what they're talking about. I just ask the questions. Speaking of trivia, it's April, which means we got to figure out what we're going to do for trivia this month.
This is true.
And while we have you here, audience, what would you like to see for trivia? We've done regular trivia. We've done Jeopardy-style trivia. What's something you'd like for us to tackle Bob style? I suppose there's, not Price is Right, but what's the one where you got to turn the letters?
Oh, Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, Wheel of Fortune. I don't know how we would do that. Strip trivia, Mario. If I'm already starting off naked, what more can I do? Maybe for every question right, I will put on clothes. How about that? Cool with you, Mario? Reverse strip trivia. Dress trivia. Dressing trivia.
Tasteful.
Tasteful trivia. But yeah, if there's the weakest link, like multiple choice questions, I hate multiple choice questions. I hate multiple choice questions because usually with us and Bob's stuff, everybody kind of has a roundabout understanding of what the answer is.
Hold up. What if we played Who Wants to Be a Millionaire version? Like they got to answer questions. They can phone the audience. They can get a 50-50.
But that's
They can
multiple
ask a
choice
friend.
too.
It's true, but it's more for them. We would just host it.
Okay, then that means we'd have to get somebody who wants to be on camera.
This is true. That's always a hurdle.
That's always a hurdle.
And it seems everybody just wants to destroy either me or you.
Well, good luck, nerds.
Unless Abby wants to host it and they have to take me and you on.
So
Audience versus us.
Audience versus us. We could do that. We could do that. But then what would the format be? Again, it's. I'm not I will say I'm not a fan of multiple choice because again, when you do Bob's trivia, especially with us, we kind of have a roundabout or know what the answer is, and if we see it there, be like, okay, bet that just confirmed my.
It basically
suspicion.
triggers our stupidity in our brain to be like, that's the answer.
Wow.
And then we get it. Because if it's me or Adam or Mike, at some point, we're going to be like between two, and it'll be like, oh, it's that one. Something just clicks. So, yeah.
Family Feud. And my question for them do that because it's not really trivia questions, more so like because then you'd have to ask a bunch of people and get different answers, and then so that's a little harder to do.
Maybe we can talk about it even afterwards, and then make a post and be like, "Here's our 3 options. Pick what you want."
But definitely,
Abby said she's down to do it if we want to do that way.
Abby will
I know everyone also seems to like the YouTube versus Instagram, where it's Team Mike, Team JB. That's always the easiest option to do.
Okay, we could always go back to that. No harm, no foul. We could do that, and then literally have like instead of you asking me a question and me asking you a question, Abby would ask us the questions, and then we would each answer.
Yeah.
As opposed to volleying it back and forth. No, we'll figure it out. Hey, Mario. Maybe the name of the episode from a tricky frame grab. What's a tricky frame grab?
Oh, like a screen grab.
Oh.
Based on that. Possibly. Any restaurant one might be a little bit of a Hail Mary. At some point.
I think we proved
something in it.
I think we proved that. Have Abby collect fan questions. Oh, so can the audience stump JB and Mike? Now, I will say this, Marlena. I will say this. I love the idea. Great idea. Love our audience. Great audience. Usually when we ask for stuff, like suggestions or stuff like that, we
need you guys to do it.
We rarely get any responses. I don't know why. So if we did that, odds are we'd probably get like 2 or 3 questions.
But if you guys think you can do it, we love to be proved wrong, especially Mike. I know he loves it. So
prove me wrong. I don't.
We would love to do it. We want to, because it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it could be. I would suggest if you haven't already to join our Discord, and that way you can like talk with Abby directly, or we'll figure out some way. But yeah,
that's
normally
one of the best ways to do it.
Audience and Abby. Oh yeah, Abby, if you think you're up for the challenge,
yeah.
if you think.
Okay.
All right, producer Abby.
All right.
Chelsea says I have a handful of questions that I've written down. All right, bet. Chelsea's.
Yeah, we should probably just get K-Rod in here too. What's she doing? Just taking care of baby. She's got time for questions.
So it sounds like between Chelsea's, Marlena, and Abby, then we should have, because Marlena says that they have a whole host of questions that they'd ask if we did trivia. All right. So then maybe what if we do this? It's 3 rounds, JB, 5 questions each. We take on Abby. We destroy her because we're smart. And then all right, round 2 is now
Abby. Wow.
round 2 is like Marlena. Then we bring on Marlena and then we destroy her because we're super smart. And then once we vanquish that foe, we bring in Chelsea's, answer their questions, knock them out 1 through 5 because we're super crazy smart. And then once we're crowned Mortal Kombat champion of the world or something, then I don't know. We'll go from there. But
here's another question too. Are we able to share video on here?
How do you mean?
So like if we wanted to do something like between rounds to let like Marlena or Chelsea's or Abby like get ready, can we show like a funny Bob's clip? Just to like be a spacer between time? Just
let's
to let
find
them
out right
get
now.
ready and get on.
We can we can't do it on Instagram because
that's true.
Instagram do be like that. But hold on, let's find out. We can find out right now in real time. Where am I? Okay, let me go click that. And then share screen.
Testing it live in front of you all. Show on stream, it says. Should I show it? Show on stream?
Oh, God.
There it is. Oh, away.
Nope.
I saw it for a second, then I went
away. Oh, okay. Maybe I got it. Hold on.
Hopeful. Kissy lips.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Please, don't go down there. It's dangerous.
That works. We could do that.
Cool.
Okay. So we could just show funny stuff that we've got from like the past to entertain you guys a little bit while people get ready to go.
Okay. Haircut looks good, Mike, or maybe you just don't have the hat on top. Oh no. Your boy got a fresh cut. The beard's nice. Because I'm heading to North Carolina on Thursday for a wedding. I'm actually officiating the wedding, so that's what I'll be doing. There you go.
That's a lot of pressure.
Not really. It was like, oh, is one person you got a public speaking? Like, I don't know, just get up there and read a script. I'm good.
It's Warzone.
I am fine public speaking. Where do we send in?
We got a panel to run. We got a panel to try and do.
Oh, that is tonight's discussion. Yahoo wants to know, where do we send trivia questions?
Discord's probably the best.
Just a hunch. Yeah, Discord's probably best. If you're on there, shoot. You can shoot Abby a DM on there. I suppose. I think that's how it works. I don't really know.
We could maybe even. Do we want to just make a little open up another file, essentially just as like fan trivia questions? Let people drop them in.
Abby, can you do that for us? Abby, please say yes.
That might be
probably have to do this
way. So then people.
Too bad we can't do bar style. What is bar style, Marlena?
Yes, explain yourself.
I don't spend time
before we embarrass ourselves.
Yeah. Like me holding, like whenever my wife has a drink and she asks me to hold it, I hold it all like, eh. I can make a channel, but you two have to promise not to look. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Boy Scout thing? Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
No worries. I don't like going on Discord anyway, so this is not going to be hard for me.
I think like we did at the bar. With cheaters, Adam. Cheaters!
Adam, that was the least descriptive thing you could have wrote. Bar style, like what we did at the bar.
Like a bar? Yes.
Okay, here's what we're
gonna. But I know what you're saying.
Oh, hey, friend over on Instagram. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Okay, yeah. So Abby is going to make a. If you go to our Discord, if you haven't joined our Discord, join that. Abby's going to make a fan trivia sub page thingy for you to submit all of your questions there.
Mhm.
And then Abby will compile all those, and then we'll do our normal trivia from there. JB and I will not look through those, so
Yep.
no worries there. Again, JB's hardly
Oh.
ever on Discord, and I hate Discord. So
I got it, Adam. We could do that, but I really want to play the right way. It's the principle of the thing, as Bob would say, and I'm not going to cheat for trivia.
yeah.
I want to
Uh,
win outright.
Yeah, so it should be fun. Okay, then that is what we'll do. We'll have to finalize a date,
Yeah.
but I
Mhm.
think that's how we'll do it. We'll do the audience versus JB and myself.
Limit on questions. Yeah, I probably would say like as many as you want, submit, and then Abby can sift through them and try to stump. I mean, she's probably gonna pick the ones that's gonna stump us the most. But depending on each person who wants to jump on and ask questions, just bring your best. Probably. What do you think? 5?
Hey, Mario. All right, take care, buddy. Yeah, let's get together. We got Comic
Yeah.
Con coming up, and I know we were trying to
Yeah.
hash something out. But yeah, whenever you're free, just shoot us a message.
I'll have lots of questions for you about doodles, so we can chit chat Mario for sure. And
Alright.
hang.
Take care and save us some chicken. Love you. Mean it. Okay. So what's the limit on questions? If you're talking about like submitting questions, submit as much as you like. We'll have it
Mhm.
open until like the day before
Yeah.
trivia, and Abby will pick the best. And I suppose we can either give the option for people to either join to ask their questions, or
Mhm.
Abby can just ask all the questions and give credit where credit's due, of course.
Yeah, we're more than happy to give credit, especially if you're camera shy. Don't worry about coming on. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
It can always just be like this question came from example like Yahoo or Marlena if they're not comfortable. But yeah, we're totally fine taking any fan. So like the Fox Club or whoever wants to throw questions out there, more than happy.
And Adam, you are part of the audience in this one, unfortunately, so you can come with your best trivia. I know you know us like the back of your hand, so bring it. Ready?
Right.
Okay. Abby says the channel is up now, so if you have any questions you'd like to submit, go over to our Discord link in the bio on Instagram, maybe YouTube as well. We have maybe, and then submit your questions there. I don't know. I know last time we did it at the end of the month, at the end of May, or at the end of March. So
Oh,
I don't have my calendar in front of me here,
next
but
to the phone. Yeah. Um,
what is?
no.
Here we go. Okay, so we have April 22nd or the 29th would work the best for me. And that would give the fans enough time to get their questions submitted and sort it through. Okay, so Abby, whoever,
It's either
right?
Linda for the 22nd
Uh-huh.
or it's going to be for the 29th, Louise. So one of
Okay,
those dates.
so Linda or Luis, everybody pick. Okay, so Abby, whoever asks, you write your answer and show the camera. Okay, yeah, we'll figure
Yeah.
that part out more later.
That could be fun too, the reveal where it's like,
Yeah. Chelsea says Luis. That'd be good because that's essentially the end of the month anyway. So
yeah. We also could do this just last bit before we probably do the episode stuff. I know me and Adam did the bar trivia where we had to wager points. So how confident we were, and it was just like 1, 3, 5, or 7. And that was
Okay.
it. So depending on how confident me and Mike are, maybe we just like wager a point or whatever we wager, and that's how we kind of keep score.
Okay.
Just to
So
see how much we know it or not.
essentially, this will be just me and Jay. I mean, obviously, the audience can play along in the chat, but then this will just be you trying to stump us. Like, are you smarter than a
Yeah.
fifth grader, kind of thing.
Yeah. Are you smarter than two dudes who somewhat host a show about it?
Are you? I'm gonna say
Are
no. All right, everybody's saying
Yeah.
Luis, so let's
Okay.
lock down the 29th.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, we'll make a post about it tomorrow, and there you go.
Deal.
Bob's Burgers Trivia. Can you stump JB and Mike? April 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and Instagram. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. You were here as it all came about, so you know what we're talking about.
We'll make a graphic.
We'll make a graph. Yeah. Okay. Dope. Sweet.
Very cool.
New episodes, JB. We had a new episode of Crapopolis, Grimsburg, and the Great North.
Do you have them up, or should I get the names of episodes up?
Go ahead and pull those up. I'll riff. I'll rant.
All right.
I don't really have anything. Not really much of an improv guy. Fun fact. Saturday is my birthday, so you can
It
send
is.
all my presents to our PO box, which is just JB's address. So JB, if you want to give out your personal home address, so people can send you my presents.
You can actually go ahead and just send, basically just send money orders or checks to CASH. That's our charity fund, and we'll be sure to make sure people get that who need it.
Big Priest, I'll be 39, so you figure out what that is, and
Got
what I
it.
deserve. All right, there we go, JB.
Yeah. We're good. We're good. All right. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's start off with Grimsburg.
Grimsburg? All right. So Grimsburg, for this week, we have the Machine, or Machine.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Season 1, Episode 8. This one is in a failed attempt to catch the cartwheel killer, Marvin is eager to get a new partner who won't slow him down. Marvin looks for a new partner just like him, if not better.
Yes.
So, your thoughts on this one, Mike?
I liked it better than previous episodes. Which is a shame because I love Lieutenant Greg Summers. Love that character. So I was kind of bummed that the episode kind of made him seem a little aloof, but then he kind of had his
moment,
come to Jesus Terminator moment, which I was like, good for you. Sorry, I'm looking for my comfort knife. So I dug that. I really enjoyed. Oh, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the fact that we didn't get the child in this one, and if we did, I didn't notice it.
It was at the beginning. It was very minimal.
There you go. And then I wasn't, even though I'm not a huge fan of the wife, or maybe I'm just not a huge fan of her backstory, I did like her story in this particular episode. I thought that was pretty cool. Not cool, but fun, and made her seem more, not relatable, but like
human.
Human. She wasn't really relying on like, hey, don't forget I'm half a bear. And we're like, all right, we get it. It was her essentially trying to make friends at such a late point in your life, like we're all trying to do. So that was fun. Still not a huge fan of the chief. Just in general, I'm not feeling that character. I think I mentioned this when Abby was on. I feel like that character is just the personification of a certain group. That while I may not agree with them on almost anything, I also am kind of over the let's make fun of this particular group. It seems punching down at this point. So I'm like, all right, we can move past that. But beyond that, I dug this episode more than I did previous episodes in the past.
Okay. I agree with you on this one. I thought this episode was better than last week's. There was only a little bit of kid stuff in the beginning, and it was mostly making jokes on him not wanting to socialize.
Oh.
And he started playing air hockey by himself, and she's like, at least he's getting his cardio.
Okay. Yeah,
but
I remember that bit. Okay.
I liked the bits a lot this week. I mean, I felt really bad that he basically was like, I need a partner that's like me. I think he finally got a taste of what it's like to be around Flute and not be Flute. And so I think that played a little bit of a good joke and allowed him to kind of see like, oh, things are not what they seem. And it allowed him to respect his partner a little bit more.
Hello, Joseph Jamiroquai 2001. Hope you're doing well. And then also, I'm calling 911 511. What giveaway are we talking about? We haven't done one in a minute, so yeah. Wait, new episode? No. We're discussing. Each week we talk about the new episodes that aired. This week we've had Grimsburg, Crapopolis, and the Great North. So that's what we're discussing tonight.
Yeah.
And then we just did. We just figured out trivia for 2 weeks from now. We'll go back over all that though. But yeah, I liked this episode from beginning to end, which is more than I can say for a lot of the Grimsburg episodes. A lot of the episodes have promise, and then it gets sidetracked or derailed by something. But this one, I enjoyed for the most part all the way through, and not like I enjoyed it. It was good for a Grimsburg episode. I was like, oh, this is a pretty good episode, just
Mhm.
in general. So, um, it sucks that it took this long to get one of those, but I was like, all right, here we are. Oh, it was a few weeks ago. It was a Coochie Kopi. Gonna be honest, I don't remember. I don't remember. So
But I do know I already mailed it out.
yeah,
They
they
got it.
they messaged us to let us know that they got it, and I believe yeah, but yeah, they won. They won. But yeah. Um, but yeah, Grimsburg. Hopefully, there's more episodes similar to this. And to be honest, I can't really put my finger on what I liked so much about this episode. Or I know what I like. The things that I disliked that weren't there, like the kid didn't take center stage like he did last week, which was a okay by me.
Mhm.
Um, and then I wish it seems like, and maybe I was just not paying attention enough to pick up all of this, but like the the cold opening before the credits
Mhm.
um has nothing to do with the episode at large, really. It's not
No.
like the rest of the episode. We're not looking for the cartwheel killer. I was like, oh, okay, so maybe I'm just not picking up on that, and I'm just not paying enough attention now.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on? This will be action packed. What are we waiting for? Because we're all going. Okay, very good, Mike. Kind of lost
Yeah.
there.
I don't know.
We'll get going because we'll get going. What are we talking about, Joseph? What are we talking about? Catch me up to speed. Sorry, I got lost in my thoughts and I wasn't reading the comments. Um, but yeah, it sounds like you felt much of the same. You were like,
Mhm.
it's
I
not
think
as
it was
bad.
going back to what it needed to be.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see what next week brings because we do have a new Grimsburg,
We
um,
do.
but
Next
no
week's
Crapopolis next
episode.
week.
Yeah. Next week's episode is the Funaways.
Hmm.
It's an attempt to stop Marvin from forgetting about him. Stan and Dr. Pentos create a diabolical plan staging his disappearance. So that'll be next week's episode.
Okay, okay. Getting my upcoming Netflix series. Oh, okay, bet. Well, good
Very
luck with
cool.
that. Good luck with that, bud. Hoping all the best for you. Hopefully, it does get picked up and you get that going. It's great. Crapopolis.
So this one we've got is War of the Roses. This one is Nymph, Daphne, and Tyrannus arrange a meeting to negotiate peace between the city and the forest. But when a conflict erupts or escalates, Hippocampus and Nymph Daphne hide out in Hippocampus's bunker. Weird synopsis. It's not
Mm,
actually like all that is, but yeah. Um, I actually liked this one. I thought it was
okay.
fun. It was entertaining enough. I love that Tyrannus got his mom involved by basically like making Pan insult her so that she
Hmm.
was able to just she's like gets big, starts fighting, killing everything. It was just so over the top and just nuts. And I love that Schlub's like, this is dumb. I'm just gonna go drink and just leave.
Hmm.
It's like this is war. It's stupid. You guys are arguing over nothing. Stop.
I wasn't the biggest fan of this episode. The episode was fine. I didn't dislike it. But for some reason it just kind of fell flat for me. The one part that I did like, and it wasn't even a whole part of the episode, it was just one little throwaway thing, was the fact that Tyrannus grew a goatee,
Yeah,
and it wasn't a hit with the fan or a hit with the people.
yeah. His family didn't care.
Wait, did I drop out or did you drop out? You dropped out on my end.
Oh, you dropped that on mine.
Okay, but we're back. Okay,
Yeah, we're back.
okay.
But
Sorry,
yeah,
everybody.
and that's kind of what it ended up being. Kind of for me, I enjoyed the bits that were there. I like Hippo a lot, so the Hippo-centric episode for me is good.
Hmm.
So
It just like I didn't really care for the like the fighting was fine, but like I didn't really buy the love interest between the two. Um I just wasn't there for that. It just was boring to me. Schlub kind of really was a non-factor in the entire episode, which sucks because I love that character. I wish there was more Tyrannus and his goatee.
Yeah.
That would have been real fun. But I mean,
Yeah.
it was, in my opinion, the weaker of the 3 episodes this week.
Okay.
That's just
All right.
but I think for me the strongest, of course, was the Great North.
I would agree. This week's real quick for next week's Crabopolis. We do have an episode, or is it next week? No, not next week. 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
We do have one. Use your illusion. A plague of muses descends on Crabopolis. Delirious struggles to endure Schlub's sentient molting. So he looks like he's gonna be shedding some skin. So yeah, that'll be in 2 weeks.
Nice.
But Great North. So
Yes.
this one, season 4, episode 8, Bear of Beeftown Adventure.
Mhm.
When Beef is threatened by someone else potentially dating Carissa, he decides to fight a new bear from Fat Bear Week. Ham takes Aunt Dirt to the gay bars around town, but she struggles to get comfortable. I thought this was definitely the front runner this week. It was a great episode. A lot of fun.
I enjoyed this episode. I like Dirt. Did we know that her name was Gertrude?
I think they say it once or twice. But yeah, they just always say Aunt Dirt. So.
Oh, okay, Chelsea. We'll see you next week. Take care.
See ya.
Submit those questions on the Discord, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't recall us ever hearing the name Gertrude until this week, so that's fun. Also didn't realize that Lone Moose had so many gay bars and gay clubs. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. There's like 6 or 7 on his list.
Here's what's funny to me. Not funny, haha, but like funny, like, oh, we've kind of turned a corner on things. So the side story with Moon, or not Moon, but Ham and Gertrude was essentially this gay teenager, this gay aunt driving around to gay clubs, and nary a whisper of it. It wasn't a big deal. Nobody batted an eye. It was a great story, but it was such a non-factor because usually with stuff like that, especially when they had like the first kiss between him and
Crispin,
it was so blown up and people were losing their minds over it. And now this episode comes around and it's like, yeah, no, it is what it is at this point. There's no deal to be made out of it. I don't want to say the world has now changed or turned a corner and we're all cool now, but like it was fun to see that kind of plot
at least in Lone Moose it is,
yeah, it wasn't made into like a pearl clutching kind of thing.
And it was interesting, like when Dirt is bringing it up, like I want to go out, I want to meet people, I want to like get back out there because I never did get out there. Like when she starts talking about it, it does come off a certain way, and you're like, oh, this doesn't sound great, and then you realize like that's what she grew up in.
Yeah,
and she's trying to be like, it wasn't like that, and now.
Oh, describing how it was when she was young.
And then Ham's just like, you don't have to like. Are you in like a closet right now? And she's like, don't be a prude.
Yeah.
Or don't
I usually said don't be a bigot. I was like, that's such a great line. Yeah, I really enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed Beef for the brief time that he was happy. I would have hated it if he was happy the whole episode. I'm glad that he got knocked out of peg, if I'm being honest.
I also so this part I liked is the Beef getting knocked down a peg and having to deal with his emotions because it's super triggering that literally he believes Carissa is about to do what Kathleen did, and he's just like, I was about to be vulnerable again, ask her to be my girlfriend, and then she starts maybe seeing this other guy and he feels threatened by it, and all that masculinity that Beef has, all that toughness just falls away. And he's like, I gotta go prove myself by fighting a bear and prove that the old bear can still win, and it's all good. And like, it's interesting that Wolf is the one who's the voice of reason, because Wolf usually is just like, yeah, let's do it, Tuss Johnson, let's go do this. And it's like, now he's like, Dad, this sounds crazy.
And
what are you doing?
If you go back and watch last week's episode, I I nailed that. Like I had a couple predictions, and I was like, he's gonna fight a bear to prove how tough he is. I was like, yeah, I nailed it. Yeah, it was interesting. And let me ask you this: is Beef like the persona that he gives off? Is he tough, or is he just comfortable in himself and like a just kind of a dry guy? Because I don't really see him coming off
I
as
think
tough.
yes and no.
Okay.
I think in certain situations, like being on the boat, fishing, doing nature stuff,
hmm
being an Alaskan man, I think he is very comfortable in that skin.
hmm
Like curling and like being out in the winter chopping wood. Like he's all that wilderness guy. He is that.
hmm
But I think he's so much that guy that the emotional piece is just kind of gone. I think Kathleen took the emotional piece and ran. So he's now just starting to get in touch with that, and
Yeah.
it's hard for him because
Hmm.
he is that stoic, like flannel wearing guy who just sits there and stares out at the sunset and goes hot dog, and that's about
hmm
as good as it's going to get for him. But
I
now
want
he's like, I want things, I want a relationship, and I don't think he knows how to do that just yet.
right. I wonder in this timeline how long they've been together. 'Cause it seems a lot to go from sitting in your coffee window for tourists to now
To
taking
tubbing,
baths together.
to
So,
tubbing,
so I'm
to
wondering how.
literally imitating a Cialis commercial. They're just sitting in a tub holding hands watching the news. It's very
so,
interesting.
so I am curious as to how fast they're moving because
Yeah. Or is it
knowing,
paced differently than we know?
yeah, because I don't want Beef to have jumped into something too fast, but I don't think they would have. I don't think he'd put himself in that
Yeah, I
situation,
think
nor
he would
would what's
probably
her face.
take his time just a little bit because that's just who he is.
How do you see this relationship playing out now that they are boyfriend and girlfriend? How do
Yeah.
you see this playing out going forward?
Um,
I have a theory.
do you think this is going to be one of those things that Meg Mullally comes along? Or eventually she figures it out because she's like, I'm just not sure it's the right time for us.
I think so. That's not my theory, but I think so. That I could see that happening and him turning her down, saying, "No, we had our opportunity. It didn't work. Keep on keeping on." Let's see. In a snap of the two to finally they, it's like when Moon and Quinn last season. We just met her and already we're making them crushing on each other, even though the latter aren't dating. Oh, they're also children, and we all know Mike's
Yeah,
stance on shipping children.
yes. I mean, I thought it was funny that both kids walked into the bath thing. It's like, does no one lock doors?
Yeah, yeah. Lock all the doors.
Mm-hmm.
But here is my theory as to how this will play out for either
Okay.
the remainder of the season or a one-off episode or something. Kathleen is coming back. Kathleen now knows that Beef is happy and he's moved on. She's gonna come back to try to ruin that, and he's gonna finally, at this point in his emotional maturity, he's gonna be able to say,
Ooh, he's gonna
"Nah,
tell her off.
Kathleen,
Yeah, he's gonna tell her
you,
off.
yeah,
No.
you messed up," and finally able to put that last nail in the coffin to say, "You know what? This is indeed done. I'm done with this. I'm done with you. I've moved on."
Oh, I think I know exactly what kind of moment you're talking about. If you
So
think of like that movie, Silver Linings Playbook, she thinks that like he's getting back together with his ex-wife, and she like runs away, and he comes up and like talks to her, and he's just like, "That's me ending that." And, like, glad you're happy, glad you're later. But I do think the kids in try to protect Beef if that does happen, and I think it's going to be Beef being like,
so
"No, I got this." And then he kind of just sits at Maud's maybe with her and talks to her. They may laugh or something, and then it's just like she's going back to Pittsburgh.
so
And
you think
I'm
she's
just
gonna come
gonna.
back and be the big person, and they're gonna have a mutual separation?
Oh no, I think he's just gonna be like, I'm good. I don't need you. Go do your thing, and just like wish you well, and that's it. And it's just like Beef's the bigger man at this point, where it's just like she doesn't have any power over me anymore. It's done.
Oh yeah. But I
Yeah.
think what brings her back to Lone Moose is her attempting to
Oh,
ruin
I
his
think
happy.
sabotage. Yeah, I do think that's why she'll
Yeah,
come
she's there to yuck his yum,
back. Hmm.
and that'd be a nice full circle moment for him.
Yeah.
Whether or not he moves on with Carla,
Yeah.
I believe her
Or
name is.
Carissa.
or Carissa, sorry. That remains to be seen, but I would like him to be able to put that chapter of his life,
To rest.
Kathleen, to rest.
Would
Honestly,
it be done in a montage with him renaming the boat?
at the end of the episode, yeah.
Yeah. And maybe
Yeah.
that's the end of the season, and it's like now the next season is not the Kathleen at the intro, it is the new name of the boat.
Yeah, it either like beef stick or something to either
Yeah, something. Yeah.
him or the Tobin family name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be nice. Of course, we're getting a short season this year, so who knows what'll happen. But
Maybe
that's
more of
just
a 5 thing. Who knows?
yeah, that's just my take on what should happen.
It'd be sweet.
Now, I have access to the people that can make that happen? Yes. Yes.
Will they listen to us? No.
Absolutely not. The shows have already been written.
Yeah, it's already written.
We can't go back and remake them now.
Yeah.
Which is not evil if you think about it. With Kathleen coming in and planning on ruining Beast's relationship and his whole life as a whole, just as found as well. I mean, it's well established she's not a good person. Is this
Yeah.
above Kathleen to do? Absolutely not. She cheated on him when they were together, so it's not
Multiple
above.
times.
Yeah, multiple times. So it's not above her to try to yuck his yum. Now that he's finally found happiness. How she would find out, I don't know, but
Could be social media. She's
Who's-
active with that Fevery page she's got going on where she steals from people.
But who's posting the information? I don't know.
It could just be a photo of him, maybe with Carissa or in the family,
Mm.
and that's enough to just get her to come back into town and see if she's still got some power and sway over him.
Who knows? I personally, I don't want Beef to have a long-term girlfriend. I want him to be in a healthy place. I want to be like, you know what, this didn't work. Not a big deal. But now I'm in a better emotional state than I was, and I can pursue things if I want. But we already got one new family member added. I don't know if we need a love interest added as well.
Good point.
Yeah.
It might be nice just to have someone who's like a stability. Like she's there. She's not in every episode, but like you occasionally will hear him be like, "Oh yeah, me and Carissa are hanging out tomorrow night, so Wolf's gonna be watching you guys." Like something simple like that is enough.
I wonder if Carissa is taking the place of Megan Mullally's character that we all thought that would be a thing.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes. So maybe that's happening. I did, for a brief moment, I was happy because we got classic.
Oh, that was a great ending credit, by the way.
Oh, one of the best. For those of you not old enough to understand what that was, read a book. But we got
So
classic
cool.
Judy for a second.
Yes, we did.
When she couldn't hold the secret, I was like, yes, she's back. But then that was fleeting. So hopefully, we'll see. Though Moon and Debbie as stepsons would be hilarious. It would be even Krista do it. No, they better not. That's too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many hens in the hen house. Too many shells in the magazine. Yeah, that's
It'll be
too
fun.
many.
It'll be great.
It's too much. It's too much. I already don't care for that character in general. And if she's gonna just be living there, I'm like, oh, get out. It didn't work in Full House. It's not gonna work on the Great North. So
fine.
But yeah, that was our thoughts on the Great North. Any parting thoughts for the episode before you let us know what the next 2 episodes are, because we're getting a double feature next week.
Yep. Well, only one is listed so far.
Oh, are you on Fox Flash?
I am not yet. Hold on.
Oh, because Fox Flash has both. If you Google the Great North Fox Flash, it should bring you right to the page there.
Got it.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there's going to be 2 new episodes of The Great North next week. Not 1 hour-long episode, but 2 individual episodes, which should be fun. I believe there's something about marijuana going on, and Something about something else. It's so hard to keep track of all this stuff, guys. There's so much going on. There's so much going on and so little going on at the same time. And for those of you curious, no, we don't know when new Bob's Burgers is coming out. We've asked. No one knows. We don't have a contact within Fox, so we're flying by the seat of our pants just like everybody else. But if we hear any rumblings, then
we will let you know.
Yeah. What you got?
All right. So episode 403 is what it's listed as, but interesting enough, we got a 408 as well.
Yeah, episodes are shown out of order all the time, though.
Yeah. So we got I did a Ruth adventure. When Lou Librarian gets rid of the vandalized books, Moon and his friends retrieve them and set up a vandalized bookstore. Then when Judy and Ham realize that the school thinks they don't party, they set out with Aunt Dirt, Kima, and Moon and Crispin to find a party with Doug Delafino, a recently emancipated student, on an all-new episode.
Ooh. So I wonder if we're going to get... Because we know Ham has a fake ID.
Yes, we do.
So I got to wonder, are we going to get some underage drinking and some hard lessons are learned?
Maybe. I did love that Aunt Dirt and literally Moon just flip his room and all the rooms in the house looking for contraband. I'm like, why? The next episode after that is a Chug's Life Adventure.
Yes.
So this is along the same... Actually, they list the exact same breakdown.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I think there was one on the Futon Critic.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go. We'll update it if we figure out what the other one is. But I know there's another one on Futon Critic, but I'm not searching Futon Critic right now. That's too much work.
That's a lot of work.
It is, and we're not doing it. Okay, cool. So next week we get 2 new Great Norths and we get 1 Grimsburg. Crapopolis is not done for the season. I think they're just a week off right now. Yeah. So that will be back. Yeah. Any parting words for the Great North?
Keep doing what you're doing. It's fun. I'm liking this season a lot. So
yeah,
really just keep this new way of doing business going.
Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing good. We're excited for season 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else we need to discuss or any parting words before we wrap this show up?
Don't cheat at trivia. It's mean and hurts people. You at camera 1 and you at camera 2. Don't do it.
Looking at you, Chelsea. She's not here to defend herself, so.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, other than that, no.
Nope. All right. Well, don't forget, everybody, April 29th, we will have the next installment of Bob's Burgers Trivia.
Yep.
Check our Instagram tomorrow morning for all the full details there. It'll be JB and myself versus all of you. So if you think you're smarter than us, A, you're wrong. B, prove it. Join our Discord so you can help with that. But whoa. On behalf of JB and myself, I keep forgetting to plug it. We have a Patreon, $3 a month. $3 a month. It's really, it helps us keep the lights on in this place. It helps with the streaming. That costs money. Shipping of prizes and gifts, that costs money.
Yeah.
It ain't like JB and myself are making a dime off this stuff. We state workers, baby. So if you're able to, cool. If not, absolutely no harm, no foul. There is no obligation to do so whatsoever. I say this every time, but even if we had 1 million people giving us $1, this show wouldn't get better. You can't pay for personality, unfortunately. So this is what you get.
That's what you get.
This is what you get. So you like it or you don't. It's not my concern. But if you feel so inclined as to sign up, cool. Links are in our bios. It's $3 a month. That was the smallest amount we could legally do on there. Otherwise, we'd make it $1.
Yeah, literally.
And then hopefully in the next couple weeks, we'll have some bigger, solid news on the Comic-Con front for you all.
Mm-hmm.
But until next week, this has been From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your one-stop destination for bento box information. As always, I am Mike.
And I'm JB.
And we will catch you next week. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Enjoy your week.